Welcome, howdy ho. How is everyone doing? This is Armchair Analysts here, episode 39 coming at you. I am your host, Ace. With me, as always, looking spiffy today
I got called a
is.
lumberjack yesterday in my flannel because I haven't shaved in a bit and things are growing longer. So, yeah, I'm wearing an island shirt and island hat today. So we're gonna try to break from it. It was like
I
41
like that
today, man.
hat.
It's nice. It's nice out today. Heat wave.
Oh, yeah, I've got the long sleeves on, though. It's still pretty cold here, 30s.
Well, when you don't pay your
Not
heating
good,
bill, Ace. When you don't pay your heating bill, they turn it
right?
up.
That's why I'm up in the attic right now.
There it is. Heat rises. He's a smart guy. All right, like you said, episode 39. Really exciting stuff. But yeah, we got some fun things. We got some college. We got some NFL. Got some UFC. Got some good stuff to
hmm
cover.
Maybe a little golf, I
Oh,
feel so
all the
obliged.
golf, all the golf. But we gotta take care of some housework first.
hmm
If you're not already, please give us a follow at AA Podcast on Twitter, and give us a follow, subscription, like, comment, whatever you can do. Help our cause. Any platform that you currently are getting your podcast from, we're on it. So. And then, of course, now that we are on the beautiful video, you can find us on YouTube and look at our mugs. You can see my crazy shirt,
Yes.
and you can look at all of Ace's awesome Minnesota and Viking swag
Uh,
behind him.
Also, we'll try to get on a better cadence with the video too. I know we release audio around Friday. Hopefully, we can get that around the same time, if not Saturday. But yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
we'll hash
I've
things out.
I've been a bad boy. I've been pretty busy in the last few weekends.
Me
Yeah,
too. Don't worry.
but yeah, we'll get better. All right, so outlook today. What do we got? We're going to start off with Random Rant. We have a nice weekend recap. Ace has got some UFC, cover some college basketball for Big Ten.
hmm
Regional roundup. Obviously, we're going to have to talk a little bit about the Vikings somehow avoiding losing to them their bye week. Nice job.
Yes,
Packers mopping up, and
victory.
yep. And then soundbite of the week. This I okay. It's
uh,
just it is a sound bite, but it's a delicious savory bite for me.
Pulls at the heartstrings of all
Yeah,
Wisconsinites.
little JJ Watt post game interview, and then our TF topic. Obviously, we're gonna have to address, Graham Mertz and the Badgers literally not having a quarterback. I think I got a call in. Someone I let it go to voicemail. They're looking for a quarterback, but just looking at that going forward, and then we'll wrap
Uh,
up. We'll touch with Aces Quick 6. We got some World Series Game 6 prop bets, and then obviously at some point, probably after the random rant, we'll have to cover how we did on those prop bets from last week.
oh,
Oh, the
who won?
mystery,
Who
the
won?
mystery. All right, speaking of betting, though, my random rant, this is something that happens almost every week or every weekend whenever you're gambling on sports, but the backdoor cover. That is something, like, just you. Specifically, I think most people probably know where I'm going with this. I'm talking about the Cardinals Seahawks game Sunday night. Very,
Explain
very
what that
fun
is
game.
quick, just so.
Backdoor cover is basically like, so actually the Seahawks is a great example. So they were ahead by I don't even know, probably like at least 14 points, if not more. The spread was 3.5, and so they ended up giving up not really garbage points because I mean the Cardinals fought back in it, but they ended up covering still. Like it looked like an easy win. So if you walk away and you're all done with the day, you walk away. They're up by they're covering the spread by numerous number of times over, and then just at the end of the game, all of a sudden the other opposing team comes back. They match the cover backdoor, so they bet it's a backdoor cover.
Backdoor.
Yeah,
Yep.
so basically that's kind of what happened, and the worst part was that it happened on a couple bogus penalties, some weird questionable throws by Wilson. So I'm not gonna say Vegas called and said, hey, no, we need the Cardinals on this one, but that's the kind of the way that it feels. And it's hard to get invested in games as a bettor when you're seeing like that happen. It's like it's every weekend. I mean, it happens a lot, but it just seemed a little more egregious on Sunday night. So I got a little bitter, I got a little salty, and I pouted for
That'd
a
be
while.
a
But
be
yeah,
a good Aces Quick 6 actually. Uh, just
yeah,
random betting stats like that. That yeah, I
like
wonder how often
that's
it happens with teams.
yeah. But I mean,
Oh,
it happened. Obviously, in football, it's easier to score. In quick
mhm.
bunches, like you can get back to back scores pretty easy.
Well, I forgot that they don't have Jamal Adams. the guy they signed from the Jets, the safety. I don't know how much of a difference he'll make, but they're terrible. It'd be like the Cowboys. I feel like that would happen a lot to the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, and the Seahawks have a horrible pass defense. Like, it's absolutely
Yeah,
terrible. So, I mean, Murray was just chucking bombs, and it wasn't even to Hopkins either. Like, it was
he's so fast too.
Christian Kirk. Yeah, well, yeah, he did a lot of work with his legs too. But that's my random rant. I'm a little salty about it, but I mean, the only thing worse, there is something that's much worse than the backdoor cover. It's gonna be like the last leg of your parlay getting effed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you
Mm-hmm.
knock them all out. You got like a nice chain of like 4, 5, 6, whatever, and
And
then
then
that
boom.
last leg just that's worse. But I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that after March Madness didn't go last year or earlier this year because that's typically always fun for a nice. Um, but all right,
That's got to
so
be difficult. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, no, this is you. You got we need
Continue.
the results of last week, the prop bets, while we're on
Should
the
we just
gambling train.
let's do that? Okay. I beat you, Badgers Illinois game 4-2, and you smoked me, Gophers, Wolverines, Seaman. This is what I get for trying to root for the tone. I'm not going with that stupid. I'm going with my gut instinct the rest of the year. That's for sure. You beat me 5-1, so you're up 7-5 on the season. We'll have 6 more here coming
All
up.
right. That sounds like a round of golf when the snow thaws. we,
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we can keep a running score. We can keep a running score.
Oh, absolutely.
Buy a round of golf. That'd be all right. Cool.
Yeah,
All right. So,
$2 each. So you're up $4, I guess, technically. Whatever.
where to spend? Where to spend? And we'll get some more of that at the end of the show too. So,
Hmm.
all right. So let's. I think this is still. It's your time to shine. I think we need to hear about some
We
UFC
can recap.
254. Yeah.
Justin Gaethje, interim title belt in the class against going Khabib. No, Khabib. Oh God, Nurmagomedov. Oh, that
This
one
is
was
the
hard.
best part of the show.
Khabib retained the title and seemingly retired at the end. There are rumors that he wanted to fight George St. Pierre as kind of like an ode to his father
Oh,
after
GSP.
COVID and
Oh
trying to
yeah.
yeah, between him and his father, they had the goal, and people have been talking about this a lot of getting to 30 wins. And he got to 29, but made a promise to his mom that he would retire after that because his dad's not alongside him. Da da da. So pretty chilling story, and he ended up dominating Gaethje. It's just his technical ability on the mat once he gets you is insane and like unmatched in his weight class. No, it's kind of crazy to watch. I went back and watched like previous fights actually of him, and it's insane how like methodical he is, and he'll do something, and if it doesn't work, he'll do something else, and like within seconds he's doing 2 or 3 4 different things, and he finally gets the person.
If you're
Grab.
not watching on YouTube, just go in and watch this part because you just see Ace you can just see Ace doing all
With
his hand
hand gesture.
gestures. You'd think he was a UFC fighter.
Like,
I got a kick out of that.
so sorry, he retained the belt. Another interesting fight was Robert Whitaker versus this kind of up and comer Jared Cannonier at 185 middleweight, I believe, which is Israel Adesanya has the belt there. And Whitaker, who already previously had the belt, beat him. So he's facing, or likely he'll face Israel Adesanya for a potential another title fight. We'll see. All that kind of interesting fights, especially the recaps. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, Gophers. Not a lot to say about them. I feel like we
Man,
should
you know, and
talk. We should talk.
I honestly,
Yeah,
I know that
we'll go with them.
I am not a Harbaugh fan by any means, and I love to watch him just get destroyed on national TV.
And he seemed to outcoach us, or their quarterback. Their quarterback looked like a linebacker. He's just a beast. Dominated us on the ground, and we didn't have an answer for their running game at all.
Yeah, that was. I don't know. And the thing is, it's like with that quick start, I thought the Gophers like okay, like they can do this. They can keep pace. They can make the plays down the stretch. And I
Yeah,
don't know, I actually thought that maybe it might be a thing, but no.
we're well, and not only that, but I thought Bateman. I mean, I didn't watch. I watched like half the game, but I thought they targeted Bateman too much, which makes me think that okay, when you had Tyler Johnson last year
I was
and
gonna say
Bateman,
you kind of have to.
it helps. Yes, it helps make it look like you're not kind of just focusing on one player. But
Yeah.
now that it's apparent they only really have one legit receiver, I I'm not like
they fed him the rock. Like there was no. But the thing is, it's like it didn't even matter because like you couldn't sustain drives on those throws. Like you didn't have a run game. You weren't able to convert successfully, and after a while, like I mean, the poor guy, like he was just like forced in these like really long passing situations, and the line just couldn't keep up. Like that's it was rough.
I didn't think we played the best, and I don't think we played as hard as we could have. And I know we lost some key players on defense too.
Yeah,
But
well, and that's part of like that's part of the first game of the season. Like you lose some leaders, you lose a lot of your talent. They opt out for COVID because that's what college kids do. But then
we did not lose any though to COVID. Speaking of that, oh man, sorry.
Oh, there's your segue. There's your segue. So Ace thinks he's incredibly and devilishly clever here. It is really bittersweet because honestly, I don't know if you watched that game, but Mertz looked like he had been a quarterback in that system for most of his life. Like you got to remember, this is his. It's like his. Technically he had a couple. He had a couple games, but like he's still like this is his first start. Like this is his first real action. And I mean, you don't have Jonathan Taylor to throw to. You don't have Quintus Cephas to throw to. You lost a couple guys on defense to help, get the momentum back. But I mean, honestly, it looked like he'd been back there just chucking bombs. Like, listen to some of the post game interviews and listen to some of the guys on the team. Like, he was having fun. It sounded like it was like Favre back there slinging. Like they literally called the same play 4 times in a row. And like in the huddle, he was like, "Well, I think you know what this one is, boys." Like he's just having fun. Like, and I know that Illinois is not a great opponent. Don't misconstrue. I understand, but like the dude literally had he had had 100% completion rate. Like he tied the record on the 18th throw, it was dropped and the guy was literally by himself. It was literally in his hands. It just fell to the ground. So,
my God,
he literally the guy was just methodical and just surgical. I understand it's college, so there's going to be some open targets, but there was ones where he was throwing under duress. There was ones where he was throwing, the wrong side of his body. There was ones where he had to tickle the twine. Like the Badgers have not had a quarterback like that since Wilson, and Wilson was a 1-year rental.
Yeah.
This guy was recruited by the Badgers. He could have went to Alabama, Clemson. He could have went to any of the top schools. OSU even looked at him. And he chose to go. He chose to go to the Badgers, and as soon as that happened, oh my gosh, like they're redshirting him. Like, okay, we're gonna have 1 year.
Where's he from again?
He's actually from Kansas. Like him and Mahomes are boys. So like Mahomes and he, like they had like throwing exercises. They were like texting each other during the off season, and then after this game, like he was blowing him up on Twitter and stuff. So like that, it's huge. Like you have someone, not really a mentor, but kind of a mentor position,
Yeah.
Someone who's already arguably the face of the NFL, right? So, the guy's got a lot of pieces, but as you mentioned before, to knock me off my happy train,
sorry.
He tested positive for COVID on Saturday, I believe, and then it was confirmed this morning, a second test. And then, of course, Cohn's hurt, and then Mertz has a great game. Now, he's out for 21 days per Big Ten protocol. And now the backup, so the third QB, Chase Wolf, also tests positive. So I don't know what these guys are doing, but...
Clearly it was in a meeting, a QB meeting where it was or like one of them got it, going out, probably not wearing a mask, or you don't want to make rumors up.
It's hard to do beer bongs in a mask. It's hard to do a beer bong in a mask. I get it.
They're college students.
What did I say before? I'm like, they're stupid kids.
Yeah.
Graham has my heart after that game. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, they're still stupid college kids.
That's it.
But I mean, I guess that's we can get into a little bit later for the tee off. It's that's you get an idea of where I'm going. But for regional roundup, I mean, we got the Vikings on a bye, so hey, nothing lost there. Watching the Bears lose was always great. Last week was fantastic, knowing that they did not deserve any of their wins, and
that was what a weird game. No kidding.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that it's a good time to be in the NFC North. I mean, I'm not going to say it's wide open. I mean, technically the Vikings could do stuff, but like it's not the most competitive division, but it's better than being in some other divisions. AFC East. I don't know. Like it's like the Lions. I mean, they got a couple bad rolls, and this weekend they got a nice roll. So like they're 3-3.
Up and down.
The Bears. I mean, who the hell knows? I got people calling for Trubisky again already. Like I.
Isn't that insane?
That's how they are, man. It's the same thing in Philly. Like the second that someone doesn't play to their
Jalen Hurts, put him in. Gotta put him in.
It's terrible. But I mean, the Packers obviously had a fantastic game, awesome rebound, and I mean, I had a little bit of flashbacks to the last time Rodgers played there for the 6 touchdown game. So that was exciting. He only got 4 this game, which is rough, but. No, it was without we were without a couple key people. I mean, obviously Lazard's still out. Jones didn't play. Bakhtiari was out. Like there was Savage didn't play. That's a question for another podcast.
Maybe next week. Trade deadline coming up.
Well, no, I mean they're not going to deal him, but I mean, it would be nice to have something cemented, and that kind of helps them figure out. What they're going to do going forward as well. Like, I mean, another topic for a little bit later, maybe bring somebody in. I mean, we're running out of time here, but no, good game. Good game by GB, good recovery game. Not much to say. Houston's not a good team. Watching Randall Cobb tear us up for almost 100 yards was a little rough. It's good to see he's doing well. He's a monster.
He's still dangerous.
He looks like he has not lost a step at all. Like he was never like a number one, like a Julio Jones kind of thing. But like the dude, he moved the chains. Like he was scrappy, short. He was small. He was strong. But like he could get those crappy yards up the middle of the field. But yeah. So I mean, not much to say.
Making money.
Not much to say.
I know the Vikings on a bye. So yes, we didn't lose or win. I guess we won. We won in spirit, and the fact that nobody, as far as I know, tested positive. But yeah, looking the Minnesota United, I should say, also won. They're playing Wednesday. Oh, and my Sibley, my high school football team is 1-3. No, kidding. We don't need to dive down that far.
I'm not going to stop recording, but I'm going to tell you that my finger was over the button. All right, perfect. Now can we? Is it time? Can we listen to
Soundbite of the week?
Yeah, I think we do the Soundbite of the week. So this was brought to my attention on Twitter, and it's pretty amazing. But
and a friend of ours.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
I forgot about. Was that Big Ben?
Benny.
Oh, Benny. All right, let's take a listen at this. It's only 20 seconds. Like the post-game interview is obviously a lot longer, but this was by far this gives you a gist of what's going on. So let's take a listen here.
You could talk about the way Rodgers played today and compare it to the ways you'd seen him play earlier and when you guys played against him.
He played very well today.
What did he do that made him play well?
Threw the ball to the receivers and they caught it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so again, context, he was a lot not cheerful, but he was a little more expressive on the other places, but that just summed up the day, because you looked at him on the sideline, he was just mad, he was pissed, like he did not want to be a part of that. And I mean,
this put a lot of heart into that organization.
He did, but I mean the thing is, it's like it. And, to kind of talk about all the rumors that have gone around since that presser, they're like, well, let's bring him home to Wisconsin. Let's bring him to Green Bay. It's like, well, I mean, that's great, but have you looked at his contract lately? And even that, it's like the guy hasn't played a full season in 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, I would love it more than anything, but there's no way we can make a team friendly. We already have cap issues. We have people got to resign. Bakhtiari, as I already mentioned, is one of those guys. It's just not really in the cards. As cool as that would be, like, now if they were doing a fire sale and they cut him and then we got him,
$17.5 million. I read.
He's an icon for Houston. He's a great philanthropist. He does a lot of great work for the city. But I don't know.
I do think he's frustrated at this point. I
Rightfully
think he wants
so.
out, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't think it's going to be hard for him to get dealt unless Texans take on most of that contract, which I doubt they'd want to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They took like Brock Osweiler's contract and some other crappy contracts.
Oh my
I mean,
God, yeah, that's
who knows?
right.
I mean,
They-
but not
they-
not with JJ. Like, there's, I mean, you remember the fan backlash for sending Hopkins away for peanuts? Can you imagine if they dumped the face of their team? No, ain't happening. But I mean, that being said, if they did like a fire sale and they like got rid of Cobb, I mean, give a fourth for him or something for sure.
Absolutely.
Maybe even a fifth.
Vikings, if you're listening.
You could see it. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just really comical and really candid because you can literally feel the tension in the room from that clip. But all right, we need to keep moving on forward. You just won't stop talking, you blabbermouth. I'm just kidding. Tee off topic. So it's the Badgers disaster, but in my mind, it feels like a Big Ten thing because none of our states really are in great shape. Obviously, Wisconsin's a cesspool right now. Illinois is not that great. Minnesota's actually probably doing the best out of the three by a decent margin. But I mean, once the season starts going and these kids start bumping heads and sharing planes and buses and what have you. I think they're going to start running into issues going forward, and week one to already have multiple people test positive on the Badgers. I mean, I'm not feeling good about it. I was already kind of, I don't know. I wasn't confident in the season even entering even like the playoff area. I didn't even think we were going to get that far, and right now we're already looking at it in the face. And
plus the fact that it's a 21-day rule when. Most states, for that matter, or countries are even saying 14. Now it's reduced to 10 days for some even.
I think they're just trying to be like extremely cautious.
Which I get because they're
if they were extremely cautious, they'd be watching these kids. Like, I understand it's not your job to babysit, but no, I know. I'm just bitter because Graham Mertz had the game of a lifetime, and I don't get to see him for a month, but.
That is kind of depressing. It's like
it's incredibly depressing because we don't have a running game. We don't have the defense is still strong, sure, but we lost.
They were going to rely on him a lot.
Oh yeah, we're going to have to throw to victory every game, and it's not going to get a whole lot easier than Illinois.
Well, I think the one key here that should help is the fact that they're still not allowing fans in the stands. So as long as I know for the Badgers' sake, I'm not. By the way, what happens with can they push back the game this week?
It's a forfeit. It's a forfeit.
Or it's a forfeit. Oh Jesus, because there's not enough time in the schedule.
No contest. Well, no, yeah, because there's no bye weeks. Since they started late, they cut out the byes. So but the thing is, it's like they have. Jeez, I'm trying to remember. I think they have 4 quarterbacks. So they obviously have to bring on a few more guys because, you have 3 that can't play, technically.
Yep, 3 weeks. So, that's insane.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, if number 4 gets hurt, they will literally be picking students out of classrooms.
They'll be recruiting on campus.
We're UWM alums, so we're not eligible, but,
Oh, thank God. They wouldn't want to.
No, it's...
either.
But the thing is, it's like you get a free pass. Like, if you're garbage, it's like, well, the dude literally hasn't played football ever. So he's just a student. He's an Econ 101 guy. They just picked up off the street.
It's such a we knew this was going to be a crazy year no matter what happened with teams or with everything going on. I'm curious. I was trying to look up numbers before this on how many positive tests there were total in the Big Ten. I know the Gophers statistically have had few, and even at one point, the head coach for the football team said there was 0. But there have been some positive tests on the football team. He just hasn't disclosed it, which is kind of odd.
He's Belichick method, nice.
So, yeah, he's playing quiet. So there could be none. There could be a ton. There could be 1 or 2, but he doesn't. So it's odd. But at the end of the day, this is really going to ruin. They needed to have a season because this helps the entire athletic department, and
the school. Looking at
the school,
UW's financials before, without having the rest of college basketball, and if they didn't have football, like,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't looking good, brother. It ain't looking good. So I understand why they did it, and obviously we got to thank Trump again. No, great. But I mean, I don't know. We were both kind of had like a weird feeling about it. Like it was like I think the first thing I said was like I'm excited that it's back and I'll enjoy it because it's probably not going to be around too long.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, so I guess it sucks that the team that I root for and literally live 5 miles away from. They are the first ones to have issues with it, but like I guess the bright side, the silver lining is that it's only the Badgers right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to follow up with that when I was mentioning trying to find Big Ten stats. Is that it's really only them, so we don't know how many other positive tests there are that haven't been disclosed. It just so happened that the marquee position on
I'm not in for collusion and all that kind of stuff, but if Mertz is asymptomatic, if he's not symptomatic, let him play. I want 5 more touchdowns. Let's go, man.
That's not a bad idea, right?
It's probably a terrible idea. Well, that's the thing. It's
Well,
like
blame the president. You got to blame the president, the Big Ten presidents, for negotiating this 21-day protocol or whatever.
Yeah, 21 days does seem a little much, but no, we covered it pretty well. That they're just doing it just to cover their butts. Which makes sense. I mean, it sucks as a fan, but yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I wasn't expecting a whole lot.
It's like what's funny?
What?
Now they're going to be traced. Now these quarterbacks are going to be freaking traced. What they should have done beforehand.
I'm sure they're gonna have ankle bracelets going forward.
Yeah, right.
Or find my QB app on their iPhones, maybe too. Who knows? But...
Hey, Graham, why are you on the lake, Madison Lake, right now? On Halloween night?
Oh, Halloween in Madison. I'm sure it's going to be great this year. Easy COVID. All right, man. I think it's time to do part 2. Prop bet time. Aces Quick6.
You want to do Aces Quick6? Okay. Yeah, let's jump.
I'm feeling it.
This is very practical, and it gives me a couple seconds now to plug the World Series baseball game 6 tonight, folks. Check it out. But no, tonight's prop bets are prop bets related to game 6 that you can bet on, and this is going to be a doozy. So I figured we can alternate because some of the odds vary on each of these based off like what I'm reading, and then some are like, okay, it's obvious this may happen, it's obvious this won't, and then others are like, okay, it's 50-50. All right, I'll let you go first, and then I'll pick second, so on and so forth. World Series prop bets game 6, Dodgers, Rays. By the way, the Rays won, or the Lightning won in hockey. The Rays could win in the World Series, and the Bucks could win. Sorry, NFL. Could you imagine? Whatever. It's like he's back. It's like Brady's back in New England.
Stop it! No. Watching New England crumble the last few weeks has been very, very great. Okay, so I go first.
Yeah, sorry. So first one, a hit in every inning. Do you think that is going to happen or not going to happen?
No, it's not.
Okay, Johnny says no. The next one, total hits over under 16.5. I'm going to go under. I think that's a brave move because these teams are pretty powerful offensively if they can get going, but it should be good pitching. Our boy Blake Snell, the guy that complained about playing
yes!
tonight. Okay, you'll like this one. Number 3, total runs plus hits plus errors in the first inning.
Ooh.
So both sides, it's at 2.5. That's a good one.
So for top and bottom of the inning, so for the whole inning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Damn it! I know which way I'm going.
Well, based on 1 and 2, I should say under, but to hedge, I'll say over.
Damn it. That's what I wanted. All right, team to score first. I'm going to say the Rays. The Dodgers have scored first, I think, the last 2 games so far, so I'm just going to go on a hunch and say whatever. They need to win this game. They'll get off hot first. And number 5, will there be a score in the first inning? Johnny.
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Oh. That got to be 50-50 or even, I don't know, less.
Yeah, well, I'm hedging. Since I have a lead, I can just hedge and just hope that I stay ahead of you in points now.
Now, yeah, good point. All right, last one. Team with the most hits. This is tough too, man. I got 2 hit ones today that I got to decide on. I'm going to say Dodgers. Dodgers win this game too and win the World Series also, by the way. Boom. See how we do. I like this.
So Lakers
What?
and Dodgers, same year? You're going to let that happen? No.
Yeah. Well, would you rather have the Rays and some random hockey team in Tampa?
Sure. The random hockey team in Tampa. All right. Well, our one listener in Florida is pissed right now, dude.
Oh, shoot, you're right. We do. You got some friends out there. We may have a following that I don't know about.
Not anymore. They're done now.
All
right, that's cool. All right, we'll keep track of that and we'll update you guys next week. But that is episode 39. Well done, sir. You're getting good at this. You got some practice under your belt. I'm proud of you.
You too.
I want to thank everyone for listening and checking us out. Again, if you're not already following us on Twitter, please scream, berate, annoy us on Twitter at AA Podcasts. And if you're not already, please check us out on whatever place you happen to find your favorite podcast. We're on there. And of course, we are on the YouTubes. And I know we've been saying this. Trust me, it's not on our end. We've been trying to do a couple collabs with a few different podcasts.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was on vacation. They were on vacation. We're all making excuses, but I'm going to pin someone to the wall and force them to record with us next week. I don't care. I've got a couple personal cell numbers. I will find them, and it will happen. So you'll hear a couple other annoying voices next week instead of just ours, which it could be good or bad. I don't know. Depends on how you look at it. But
yeah, we got a couple of things in the works, so we're hoping. Sounds like one should be coming up next week. But yeah, we'll try not to tease it too hard for all you anxious listeners.
Gosh. I'm getting annoyed listening to it.
Right? I know.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Thank you guys again for listening. I'm Johnny. That's Ace. And we are out of here.